with me today? That's good. I'd like to hear that. Something I'd like to talk about. I think that it's good to be intellectual. It's also good to be have some common sense. These are the topics that I'd like to talk about. The thing is, a lot of people, they mix up the concept education, educated, somebody who's educated, and somebody who's, smart, or just, or intelligence. You can be book smart at the butt, but when it comes to actually putting it to practice, you're not good. It's not. Neither is, in its own right, bad. There are pluses and minuses. Doctors, lawyers. That's where I was going with the phase. It was like, lawyers. They're very intelligent people. They really are. A lot of them are at least originally motivated by the positives. Not all of them, mind you. Some people do it just for the ching, the bling bling. Not a lot of people. But the thing is that there's some people that are just, you would call really, really intelligent people. But when it comes to doing something like changing your own tire when it blows out, I'm going to call OnStar. There's people who are really smart, and then there are people who are just, this is what I learned in school. The concept is, you go to school to learn. And a lot of times, a lot of people learn from experience versus being in school. And here's the thing. I had a customer come in, very nice little girl. She was probably freshman in college or something. The signs were so closed, but the side door has the magnet lock, which it goes by the computer time and not the clock time. The doors were closed, lights were out. If the clock says 5:01 or 5:02, but the computer says it's 4:58, it's still gonna stay open. She opened the door, and I was kind of like, well, this is kind of weird. And I said, well, hello, and she came in. She's very sweet.
Hello? Yeah, I'd like to see if I can have a key made.
That we were going to close on her, and I was like, well, we are closed, but yeah, don't worry about it. I made a key, programmed it in, and she asked me, she was like,
so how long do you have to go to school for this?
And some people, when they say that, they say it like, oh man, this is just so exciting. This was a genuine interest. I kind of got that. So I played around a little bit with talking about it. You know how you cook bacon, right?
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of how we learn. They hand you stuff and then they throw you at something and hope you cook. Schools buy companies, a couple day courses or whatever, and you learn several different things. But there's no academy. It was a nice conversation. Suddenly her phone starts to ring, and she answers the phone in French. I don't speak the languages, but I know words and how they're said and everything. I've been watching some French TV series lately. The thing is, and I know Japanese, and I've spoken a little bit Chinese, Korean, Russian. This is fun. I've known people who have learned languages, and they've just been. And when you know somebody who speaks a language, and they're not just repeating, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. She spoke it as if she was fluent. I go through these routes in my head of whys and why nots, and it was really very interesting. And the thing is, a lot of people who spend years and years taking classes, the native speaker will listen to you and go, okay, yeah, they'll know you're not a native speaker. You'll talk to some people, and they'll talk to you, and you can just sense that person has no damn clue of what they're talking about. And it's like they're completely and totally, they're missing it, They're just repeating what they've learned. And then there are the people who have actually taken what they learned and they've made it theirs. You know that there are certain people that are actually, pretty smart. And I would probably wager that she's probably a fairly intelligent individual. It's nice that there's some smart people out there. And that's always nice. People just pull in front of you, and you could be in a wreck. And that pisses me off. It's messing with me now. So aggravated. Strava. Okay.